Hey guys, welcome back to the Moon Letter. Yeah, that's where we left off last night because I got pretty sleepy. Yeah, keep going. But I'm not gonna tell Becca about that, knowing her, she'll only fret.
And she already hired someone to handle the house's interior design.
You're joking. Who would do that?
The Wrights, apparently. It's actually pretty funny. She's a bit too excited to get the property, she forgot to buy it. At any rate, they've already signed the agreement today, so it's just a matter of time. And don't tell anyone about this, but Ma'am Hannah also gave us something extra.
Something as in...
As in, it's why I can treat you two to a free meal.
I'm more surprised you accepted it.
She didn't really give us a choice in the matter. So don't lose sleep over this, okay? The couple really want the house. If Rose didn't stop them, they'd likely have paid up front for it yesterday. That's despite the legends, too. I even tried to show them the letter. But nope. I want this house, darling. Go take all our money.
You don't really think they believe that, do you? I'm pretty sure for them, those are just rumors as well. No one is that superstitious in this day and age, Belle. Well, there's you.
Right. You know what? I'll just eat all of these by myself.
I begin gathering their plates to my side, the food in each still untouched. I laugh or escape my mouth with the way Zach's expression quickly changed to a disappointment. Becca's hand interrupts me as I'm about to pull her plate closer to me.
I'm kidding! Don't go all pouty on me again. In all seriousness, though, I'm just concerned you'll get hurt if this doesn't happen. I know how badly you want to close this deal for your papa.
I'm sure he's gonna be fine now, though, with the money. They don't know yet. I think I'll call them tomorrow. Let them know things will be easier. Mama said this morning he's showing progress with the new treatment, too. It's just a matter of time.
Allow myself to fully smile, genuine and uninhibited. It's strange having to talk about this with other people, even those who has known you for long enough. But today, things simply feels a lot whole lighter with them here. Lunch passes in an enjoyable fashion. A laughter here, a playful jab there. Most of it is spent on catching up on the others' new project or whatever keeps us busy these days. Something we couldn't afford to do the day before, taking into account what happened. Even Becca surprisingly chatty. Is there something in the sea bass we ate? Zach though appears less energetic today. While he's far from being the life of a party, he's definitely not the type to keep quiet in a conversation with his friends. Apart from a few inputs, he's been silent the entire time. If Becca notices.
Are you sure you're not feeling under the weather, Zachary?
Huh? No, I'm okay. No worries, Rebecca.
Doesn't sound okay to me.
It's okay. I might be feeling a little bummed out today, but I'm sure this will pass.
Is it about the reviews this morning?
A pained expression across his Zach's face, and almost immediately, Becca retreats in her inquiry as though the man's look is enough to answer for her. I look between the two of them. Did I miss something? What happened this morning? Did I stumble on a big secret? This is why I don't like waking up late.
You heard about those, huh?
Sorry, I just happened to check on some sites this morning.
Nah, it's a very sensitive topic in the first place. I should have expected it.
What reviews?
Becca glances at Zach, her motions unsure, eyes asking for his consent on the matter. Although there's a small desire to keep asking on my part, I don't dare voice it out. With Zach, it has always been better to wait, let him speak on his own. Becca too, to some extent, although with her, explosions of temper are more common. In the end, he simply answers with a momentary shift of his shoulders, gesturing for her to go on with the tilt of his head.
It's his movie.
explain anything. Stop dangling the information, Becca.
It's bad reviews, Isabella. Jesus.
Zachary, I'm not the one supposed to be telling her about this. At the end of the day, it's still your documentary.
Is it something bad?
Not bad per se. You guys don't need to dwell on it much.
Bad? Listen here. I wouldn't trivialize what those bowheads wrote if I were you. They're ruining other people's jobs.
From her tone rises in anger, it seems like she's the one slighted and not Zach. A snicker escapes me, which I promptly stamps down as soon as she sends me a hard look.
This isn't a laughing matter, Isabella. Some bowbag just insulted him.
Calm down, Rebecca. Those are just reviews, and it happens a lot.
I do not ken about you two, but calling the entire film an out-and-out drivel, you're better off watching an educational kids' TV show, and worst 1.5 hour of my life, among other things, isn't exactly a critique any decent movie reviewer would say. If you could call that a critique, did we even watch the same film?
Well, maybe I ain't cut out for it. Better stick with my photography or something. If nothing else, this helped me open my eyes to what I can and can't do.
You're giving up.
It wasn't a question.
It was just something experimental I did on my free time anyway. It's no big deal.
But you worked on it for months.
Doesn't look like it matters for those people.
Don't say that!
My palm strikes the table, sending the tableware to the top, clinking against each other. I haven't even noticed when I've risen from my seat. But here I am, chest heaving, looking down at him in the same manner a teacher would any unruly student. Becca's horribly proud. I don't mean to yell, but there's some things people like Zach aren't supposed to say. How exasperating. He, of all people, should know.
If you give up now, how do you know you won't make a name for yourself creating films in the future? It's just a review.
Except they're pretty well-known critics.
Why does that matter? They aren't the ones calling the shots on this. Isn't that why they have a committee? Right, Becca?
An amused gleam in her eyes when I turn to her. What does she find so entertaining in this situation? Help me there. Your friend's about to quit his passion for a petty reason. I have not read what those people wrote against his work, but a few scathing words shouldn't be enough to discourage someone. I should know of the rhyme.
Failing means you're playing, Zach. Not that I'm saying it's bad. I've seen it from start to finish, and I know for myself what you created isn't something people should scoff at. I don't know anything about filming or photography. Hell, I don't have an inkling of artistry in me except for those doodles I make for class. But I know what I watched. Look at Isabella. It's not every day you see her all riled up like this.
Damn, Rebecca, that was beautiful. And whatever I'm about to say gets lost in my tongue as a flush of embarrassment blooms across my face.
It was a heat of the moment thing. And anyway, I'll be very angry with you if you quit. What about the exhibit?
What exhibit?
Classified information.
Even if I bring you your favorite tonight?
Nope, not a chance.
Oh, come on! I thought we aren't supposed to have secrets.
Thanks, you two. I might need some time alone to myself for a while. Just to think about things, how I'll go from here, that sort of stuff. Hey, I'm not quitting, Bella. Don't give me that face.
There's no face at all. Only a poor imitation of a puppy dog eyes. If you can call it that one.
You promise?
I'll be damned if I break any promise I make to you guys. Besides, you're right. It's too early to say anything right now. One's night ain't for another week.
That's all the answers I need from him. As sentimental as it sounds, there's a fulfillment in knowing another person you know won't take the same path you walk. It's not like a toy for me though. I've still got time. I can still come back. do my own things, do what I really want to do. Surely, once Papa recovers, once I'm done with everything. Inside my bag, phone buzzes unexpectedly, breaking the pleasant afternoon lull. The screen shows Rose.
Hey, Isabel. You at the office?
Ha ha. Very funny, Rose. I'm hanging up.
Don't, I'm kidding. BRC says the floor plan copies are ready for Miss McCullough to pick up.
She states that as if it already explains everything. Then out of the blue, she launches a long rant about the awful state of Luxbourne streets, betraying her cheerful greeting. All of which she says in a single breath, that I can barely keep up and make out a single word. I stay quiet, if only avoiding becoming the next subject of her frustration. She's only similar to Becca in that regard.
I'm stuck in horrendous traffic right now. Bloody stupid drivers.
When she finally ran out of things to complain about and stops, what she says next still has none of what I'm hoping to hear from her. Just a quick mumble plea for me to meet the right interior design in her stead and
Anyway, I'll leave it to you. Bye, thanks.
Classic Rose, she ends the call without even asking for my input. The sky cloudless and the noontime sun beating down the hard concrete when departs from the cafe. It's far from unbearable, but it's enough to put most people in a fickle mood or make them vulnerable to catching something. No wonder we have staff going to AWOL. Not to mention my boss' mercurial moods. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I want our usual cloudy weather back. For all the gripes about the unpredictable weather there, the streets of Luxbourne remains constantly busy. The hurried tapping of shoes against the pavement and insane chatter coming from the lunchtime crowds filled the humid afternoon air. A small reminder of the thing we've yet to do, regardless of how much I want to return to my comfort in my bed. Back to Briar Realty for me, Zach to a meeting with magazine publisher featuring luxury houses, and Becca to her lessons plans and books at home. But more than once I catch her sneaking a longing glance over something displayed on a shop window. Did she want to buy something, or maybe get it for her for Christmas? I turned my head at last to the shop she checked out. A fleeting glimpse. The world stills. Whoa, are you fucking serious? She looks at me, eyes hollow, gaze piercing, and boring into my soul like a set of chains to keep my whole body still. There are no shadows or whisper this time. Only a plea. Can you actually fuck off? A hum low and indistinct, compelling me, beckoning me, intent on dragging me to a void beyond the glass. Help. Oh god, it's coming back. I don't dare move. My heart's hammer against my ribs, each beat, every thumb screaming at me to look away and make a run for it. Then do it! But I can't. I couldn't. All my limbs feel heavy, while my own breathing strange in the face of her calls.
Leave me alone.
Her mouth stretching a grin, wide and unpleasant. The panic building up in my chest forces me to take a tentative step back. I try not to stare at the decaying flesh, the blood streaming from her gaping wounds on her arms and nailless fingers. I don't want this. Not like this. I don't want it either, so run, mate! Not after I go and want for Papa.
No, stop. Leave me alone.
Whoa. Her face contours into something twisted, and she puts out a wail, sharp, utterly unforgiving. Rage. There's only hatred and bitterness, as if every notion of turning away from her is an offense in itself.
Please! I don't want this!
Before I know, I'm stumbling backwards in my own throat. Harsh from screams that I won't even notice I'm coming out my own mouth. Back of my feet catches the loose stone, sending me sprawling to the ground. The result pain completely jolts me out of the hazing blurs, blurring my minds. For a while, my surroundings appear unfamiliar until Becca swims into my vision. A look of concern is on her face and her hands are gripping my arms so tight. Even Zach appears beside himself, with worries while he stands behind her, acting as a shield against the small crowd of onlookers already forming around us.
What happened?
Bella, you okay?
My mouth opens and closes, but nothing comes out. My words refuse to form. On impulse, I sneak a swift glance at the display window. She's gone. Yet, the foreboding feeling hasn't left me. My hands are shaking as I push myself off the ground, weakened limbs relying on solely my reflex, muscle, and muscle memory. Something icy has made its home in the pit of my stomach. I want to throw up anything to get the wretched sensation out of my gut.
You are screaming, having a fit! Zach, call someone!
No, don't. I'm good. I need to get to the office. Rose, the floor plans. Someone's going to pick it up. I'll see you later.
Careful. Don't stand up yet. Stay put, Isabella. Zach, you watch over her for me. I'll call for someone.
I attempt to smile to put her at ease, but likely come off as a grimace. Gently, I pushed her hands off my shoulders. Knees still trembling, but I can stand. Leave. Leave me. Stay away, far from here. And away. The who. Immediately stifling as once everyone. Stares are unnerving, and Becca and Zach's concern are suffocating. I want to be away from here. I want to break into a run. I wish I hadn't left my bed this morning. It's easy to fall into a cycle of negative thinking, with only occasional drips of water on the sink and whirring of the fan's blades to keep me company. The room is devoid of any other light source apart from the one streaming from the hallway and the windows. Even with the clutter I accumulated over the years, the room feels a lot bigger than it commonly is. I hug my knee closer as the group passes by outside. Loud. So loud. If only there's a way to tune everything out. To keep my head from replaying every image, every sound of her screams, her awkward gait. As she reaches for me, her bone-chilling smile, her pleas for enough. That's enough. A shiver passes over me, though it's not from the hair, it still hangs down against my back. Not the draft that enters the room from the window, our left eye wide open. My gaze shifts over the lettering on the coffee table. Its edges flutters innocuously as the wind touches it. Funny how ordinary a piece of paper can bring so much trouble. The impulse to throw it away or rips it pieces is still there. I can do that, but after that what? Will she leave me? Well, what about those people who already seen her? Would they be okay? The uncertainty gnaws at me, knowing she's real and might go after the people I care about. I just wish someone would listen. Believe me. The abrupt break in the silence nearly makes me jump my skin. Finally, I fish for a gadget out of my mess, cushion and paper beside me, while I've carelessly thrown it earlier before taking a shower. Yo, it's Ash. Is he calling back because of this afternoon?
Thank you so much for spamming my inbox with the same message, scaredy cat.
Hey, Ash.
What's wrong?
I just had a long day. The couple who bought the house wanted us to finish processing the papers within the week. It's a little hectic, but we'll manage.
Really? You sold it?
Don't sound so surprised. I told you, you don't stand a chance. The rights won't take no for an answer. You've been on the losing end from the very start. Ha!
Whoever said I was interested in the house in the first place?
But you said...
His snigger comes off as an annoying to my ears, and I fight the urge to end the call right then and there. Stupid Ash.
You're such an ass. And just so you know, I'm not treating you to a separate celebration. Or ever.
No, that's just unfair. And here I was looking something up for you. Didn't you say you wanted to talk to Andrew?
I paused. I did say that, but I didn't think he would actually go through the trouble, considering how much he scoffed at the whole topic in the first place.
Is he okay with that?
Totally. Besides, I need to ask him about something. I might as well do it soon. What do you say you come with me tomorrow morning?
Well, there's no harm in it, I suppose. I've got a free day anyway.
Great, I'll just pick you up. Don't oversleep.
Don't compare me to you. I'm not the one who sleeps like a rock.
Another round of chuckles come from him. Oh, I will live for the day he'll stop making fun of me. Just you, wait, asshole. As I'm about to press the button to end call, he clears his throat.
And, Isabella?
A different tone in his voice sends my eyebrow shooting up in my hairline. Is the war ending today?
Yeah? Did you forget something?
Do you think we... Never mind. Good night.
Oh, bruh. He hangs up instantly. Rude. Completely rude. I didn't even get to thank him. The busy tone, the muffled echo through the receiver. No one is saying this will work, but I'm doubtful it will. But right now, I'll take anything. Anything good to get out of this nightmare. Sleep comes easier tonight. For the first time in a long time, I dream of a clear skies, unrestrained laughter from children playing the streets, and of small, cramped dwelling. Dreams? Bad dreams. Something bad's gonna happen. To an outsider, the sun might not paint a pretty picture. However, this one, to me, is home. Oh, okay. Morning dawns bright and clears the following day. Although the air still feels muggy and I miss the chilly autumn weather, it's one of those rare weekends when I'm up and even before my alarm rings. If it isn't for Ash call last night, I'll probably sleep in. When 9 AM rolls around, I'm already heading downstairs where Ash is waiting for me in his car. His hair a disheveled mess, eyes drowsy, and overall like he hurried out of his bed. Or he fell out of it. Or both. He looks adorably rumbled this way. But I'm not going to tell him that. It'll only blow his bearable ego.
Good morning, Ash.
He makes a motion with his finger around his ear. Tone it down.
Can you even drive?
He answers with a slight raise of hand, a yawn, and nothing more. He's never been particularly fond of mornings, and for that I'm thankful to every calling in the universe less mental capacity for him to make fun of me. And that's the reason why mornings are my favorite. It doesn't take long for us to reach our destination. The small cafe is situated in Luxbourne, busiest street, the same one I often visit with Becca for its cheap food. I've never gone here on Sunday. It's striking how different it appears without the usual weekend or Saturday rush. The atmosphere especially reminds me of something we all saw. How back home near the university I used to attend. I wonder what happened to it. It was being renovated before I left, so I never got to see it. We never visited one last time. The place has always had a calming effect on me. But today, despite standing in a place similar to it, the anxiety easily washes over me as soon as I step out of the car. I'm quite used to dealing with people I've never met before, thanks to my work, but I still didn't know. Despite the fact both Ash and Becca still vouch for me, what will he think of me and my story? What if he think I'm crazy? Hell, even my own friends thought so. And I draw a breath to quell the panic begins to rise in me. Oh well, only one way to find out. A few hesitant steps forward, and then Ash suddenly pulling me back on my elbow.
Hold on, scaredy cat, not too fast.
Without warning, he flicks my forehead hard.
That hurts! What was that for?
He already walking away when I look up. I already we're hurried to catch him, puzzled. I really don't understand this guy. At least, explain why you're flicking other people's forehead all of a sudden. So rude.
Get yourself together, will you? He's not going to bite. He's very accommodating, too.
I wasn't wasn't scared of him or anything.
You don't look like it. Didn't sound like you were okay last night either.
Huh?
What was that last one? Hey, don't just ignore me.
All questions and retorts die in my mouth once he opens the door to the shop. A cast iron bell attached to it chimes softly, announcing our arrival. The smell of fresh brewed coffee welcomes us as soon as we step in. Oh, we're back at Starbucks, okay? Like usual, several tables and chairs have been set up for the patrons. But most of the customers present at the moment have forgotten them, in the favor of more comfortable throws, pillows and beanbags, and the stuff are laid out on the floor. Becca would love to know they're having something this Saturday Sunday. She's been complaining how uncomfortable the library chairs are for a long time now. Ash leads me to a secluded spot near the window where an old man, probably in his 50s or 60s, is seated enjoying a brew and a book.
Professor Clark!
It's just Andrew now. I'm no longer your professor, Detective Inspector Frey.
The guy Andrew looks from his book gives me a smile. A sheepish look crossed Ash's face at an older man, astonishment. More unusual, to say the least, is seeing him appear like a parent has just scolded him. It suggests familiarity between them, one that goes beyond what someone expects from a single student and mentor. From another warm smile, he gestures for us to take the empty seat opposite of him.
Have you been waiting long?
Quite some time. But I come here early on weekends. Best time to get their first serving of bear claws. They're the only place that serves it here. I took the liberty of ordering for you two. I hope you don't mind. I thought it'd be best to talk over a decent helping of coffee.
Soon enough, the waiter brings us 2 more cups of coffee and sets down a basket of pastries.
Aren't you going to introduce the lady?
Ah, right, sorry. Isabella, this is Prof. Andrew. He's one of my professors back at the university. Andrew, this is Isabella Santos.
Santos. Portuguese? Spanish? Brazilian? Mexican?
Filipina, actually. It's a pleasure to meet you, Professor.
Ah, your name carries a lot of history, Miss Santos. Just Andrew is fine. Don't do what Ashton's doing. He doesn't listen to this old man.
He doesn't listen to anyone more like it. The awkward tension typically presents in the first meeting dissipates after that. I was expecting someone strict and to an extent someone severe. But Professor Andrew Clark is definitely the opposite of what I have on my mind, the more personable kind, similar to my grandfather who doted on you at the family gathering. It's obvious why Ash is taking a liking to him.
Ashton tells me there's something you wish to discuss that I could help with. Let's hear it then.
Ash gives a hesitant glance, but he nods and gestures Andrew with his head. He's leaving this to me. It's my story to tell after all. I keep it short and concise. I found a letter in this old mansion. Now I'm cursed. Exactly as I told Ash and Zack when they asked for it. I don't mention the name of the place. There's no use saying it now as someone's legally owned it. No use dragging other people into my problems.
I'm sure it's that letter I found, but I don't know anymore. I just want to know how to escape this nightmare.
Of course. We're talking about the one in Anselm Village, aren't we?
How did you...
Don't look so surprised. There's only one place popular enough here if we're going to talk about hauntings. I once had a colleague who wrote about it and the urban legends surrounding the place. Years worth of study, but fascinating nonetheless. It's a shame he passed away at such a young age. He would have done a much better job at explaining topics like this one compared to me. Ashton here might disagree, but it's an interesting topic in sociology, if you care to have an open mind.
Studying the science and theory behind it is completely different from outright believing in it.
You don't believe in those stories, sir?
Now, this isn't a question of belief. All I'm saying is things like these speak a lot about a place's culture and history. And it's not just limited to ghosts. Monsters, gods, you name it. Even you, Miss Santos.
What about me?
how you respond to these stories. It tells a lot about you and your upbringing, in the same way it tells me why our detective inspector here finds such topics absurd. Interesting, isn't it?
My head's starting to spin from all this information. I'm not the smartest person around, but I can understand what he's trying to get at it, I think. It's too much to take in at once. I look for Ash to help, but his eyebrows are joining the frown. He keeps staring off. I like this cup. I'm pretty sure it cracks soon.
There's still something you're not telling.
Didn't I tell you everything the other day?
Yeah, but you mentioned the rights, then you proceeded to drop the topic right after. What's with that?
They don't have anything to do with this.
Rights. Luke and Hannah, right?
Yeah, they're the ones who got the place.
Ah, I'm not surprised. They're the kind who gets what they want when they set their eyes on it. From what I've heard, word gets around, especially with a pretty well-known couple like them.
A heavy sigh escapes my lips. Popular or not, they're just my clients. Albel, a bit pushy, but just clients, and end of story. I wish you'd stop pestering me around them. What is it again that Becca Go is dealing with particularly difficult child? A pesky annoying kind? I wish I can remember. I can certainly use the same trick right now, about now.
Ashton, look here. I know you're trying to help, but the deal's almost already closed. The papers are being prepared. Once it's done, it's over. I'm just their agent.
And when is that happening?
When what? Is there even a purpose to this line of questioning?
Your working relationship with them. When's it going to end?
About a week from now? It depends on how long the papers will take, but they want us to rush it.
Really? You're absolutely sure about that?
Yes, really. Unless they want to buy a house again and want me and Rose to be their agent. If yes, then I don't see a problem with it. Now stop annoying me about it.
Don't accept it.
What? Why? It's my job.
Oh lord, even my younger siblings aren't this difficult to deal with. Then again, Ash is far from a younger sibling to me. He only spelled it out, surely I'll understand. We won't even be having this conversation right now. That's how it is, right? Find an even ground, talk about it like adults we are ought to be. It wasn't like this before, but something along the way, something changed in us as people, as friends. I wish there's a way I can tell when or why. Instead, I'm left searching blindly for reasons. The next thing we know, we'll be drifting up further and further apart. How frustrating.
Now, kids, settle down. We're not going to solve anything by shouting.
Sorry, Sir Andrew.
And we're not going to solve anything either if you keep omitting things.
Speak for yourself. I'm not the only one doing it.
You'll have to forgive my former student, Miss Santos. He's always been the curious kind. Many people think he's lazy, but it's actually the opposite. I see that hasn't changed.
Oh, really? How is he back when he was your student? I'm sorry, I need to ask. He doesn't talk much about that.
And there's a reason why. Please don't.
Tried to sleep on the first day of class. He didn't repeat it after what I made him do when I caught him. Students like him are the easiest to deal with, once you know what piques their interest. I'd have to say, he's one of the very few who's actually interested in the subject, though. But there was this one time when...
But end of small conversation, Ash. It looks like he's praying for the ground to swallow him up. He's never been the type to talk about himself. What I know about him, mostly bits and pieces I gleaned over the years. He's an atrocious singer, he's bad at art, and has a personal vendetta against mornings. Now, it feels like he isn't that hard to figure out after all. It's past noon when Andrew leaves her for another meeting, before we separate.
Miss Santos, a word of advice. If this is truly what you think it is, just keep in mind that when it comes to cases such as this, they aren't always what they seem.
Naturally, the mention in the letter was brought up again several times during our talk. And though Ash right in that Andrew offers a different perspective, he has already left me with more question, then answers instead. What is she? What does she want from me? Is she ever gonna leave? They all continued to bug me after we left the coffee shop. I don't even notice Ash takes a different turn on our way back.
Where are we going? You can drop me off at the park.
Guess. You have 3 chances.
I'm serious, Ash. Where are we going?
He don't answer but shortly stops his car in front of a small, nondescript food store. A little away from the movie house. I'm not even paying close attention, but I'll miss it without a doubt. He motions for me to wait as he gets off the car and waits in this direction. She want to buy something, just say it. No need to make yourself look mysterious. It makes you look more like a dork than cool. The wait isn't long, however. Soon he's walking back holding 2 fish-shaped cones in his hands. Ice cream, parfait, across the 2. By the time he's back in the car, I've given up any effort to figure it out what he bought. It looks bad. It's actually quite cute.
Here, take it.
I have to move my head back a little when he thrusts it at me to avoid ice cream and the fruit toppings from the ending up of my nose.
What's this for?
Damn.
My arm's getting tired. 5, 4, 3, 2.
With a wary glance, I take it off his hands. I still don't understand why there's a need for ice cream today. Nevertheless, I take a small bite. Oishi! It's actually pretty good. His mouth shut in my face because he chuckles as soon as I take another one.
Saw the place open the other day when we watched Zach's movie. Thought I should give it a try. It doesn't seem like a bad place to get food from time to time.
And you're giving me free ice cream because...
Do I need to have a reason?
Are you really going to ask me that?
Here's the thing, Ashton Frey. He does not treat someone to free food because he feels like it. He's that much of a scooch. Well, he even asked me to teach him how to haggle once. Haggle of all people who asked me that. I expected such a request from Becca, but Ash, not at all. If I'm ever going to be honest, he looks a bit constipated with the expression with his face right now. I think he's going to regret after buying this.
The other day? The movie with Zach and Rebecca? Rebecca's there, yeah, I think so. Yeah. Anyway, during the movie, that's to say, shit. Should have written down something first.
Get to the point, Ashton.
Right. I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry for, not getting to the point. I'm sorry for the other day. I got carried away. I said things that upset you. I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Okay? That's all? That's all you're going to say? You're not still angry, are you?
You didn't have to buy me anything. A simple sorry would have been enough.
So sweet. I bite into the cone again. It's more contempt to keep myself occupied too and relieve the heat crawling up my face. It doesn't work, but at least I don't have to look at him. Why I'm feeling embarrassed over such a thing as an apology, I have no idea. It's not like it wasn't called for. They were being mean, especially him, and in that fraction of a second it hits me. He skipped his day off just for today. I should have been the one apologizing and thanking him. Silence in our awkward company while we finish our respective snacks. There are words for this. For people like us, for understanding the sentiments like this. In this instant, they don't come. As promised, he drops me off at the park right after. Phrases unsaid, still hanging heavily in the air. Aww. In this weather, the city gives off a lazier and more languid vibe than usual. Where children are usually seen running around and playing, there are now people lying and leaning back on their picnic blankets, simply enjoying the afternoon sun. The smell of food drifts from the nearby car, and if the window blows in the right direction, one will catch a whiff of freshly trimmed grass. Maybe I should try walking home today to get my mind off things, define and try words somehow. I haven't done that in a while.
Thanks, Ash, for today.
No problem. Say hi to Rebecca for me.
Yeah, I will.
Even so, I linger. We both do. A mild, humid breeze brings the smell of dry leaves, warm earth, and far off, distant in memory of false start and awkward first meetings. Same place, same people, playing the same part, though not necessarily the same time. Funny how of all the days, my brain chose to remember it now.
Wait, Belle.
Ash exits his cards. His strides unsteady when he approached me, or maybe this is uncertainty showing, I'm not quite sure. He never looked so uncertain to me before. Usually, always calm, always sure, always collected. He stops for a short distance from me, or close enough that within an arm's reach, but it's far enough for his voice to be heard over decent small talk. If it's what it's gonna be. He fumbles for something in his pocket.
Here, catch.
Engagement ring? Oh, never mind. The small bag lands cleanly on the outstretch of my hand before it hits the ground. I raise an eyebrow at him, and he responds by shrugging and stuffing both his hands back in his pockets. Somewhat to the side, he finds an interesting spot to look at. Sometimes you just have to wait, Papa said long ago. For once, this time I listen. His voice halting, hesitant when he finds it again.
My mom used to make me carry around one of those when I was young. To ward off evil and bring you luck, she said. I don't believe in this stuff now, but if it makes you feel safe since you're a total scaredy cat, then I guess it's okay to give you one to carry around.
Perhaps, at the moment, there aren't any words for it. I've never been good with those. Right now, I can think about what's right now. You're not bad after all. I close the short distance separating us, and lightly in place of phrases one can spin together of answers too early to seek out, I lean over. Oh! Oof! Damn! Give him a little peck on the cheek. A touch is short, fleeting. The kind that speaks volume and boundaries that we don't often cross as friends. Nevertheless, the thought is there. It lingers. In the gentle autumn wind that passes in the empty space separating us when I step back and look at him with a general smile. It's the easiest expression to express gratefulness this way, isn't it? At least with my own family, that's the case. For the two of us, I'm not quite sure. Do you understand, folks? After all, his gratitude is considerably hard to put into words. When you spend the latter half your friendship tethering and between good-natured jests and ruffling each other's feathers. Second pass before he clears his throat. His face gone remarkably red, whether from the heat or something else, I can't quite tell. But he understands. I know he does. Because the smile on him when he finally meets the eye of the gentlest I've seen him show.
I, gotta go. Got some reports I forgot to file the other day.
Yeah, see you around. Thanks for the ice cream, and
Don't lose it.
Oh,
You
shit.
won't find one here again if you do.
I won't. I might move like I have 2 left feet, but I know how to take care of my own stuff. I'm not a total klutz.
I know.
And Belle, remember that one time? Devlin Court?
Oh, I do, with all the clarity in the world.
You... At the time, when we... What I'm trying to say is that you can rely on me. If something... anything happens. Not the exact same thing, of course, but... you get the idea. I'll be around.
I'll keep that in mind.
Hey.
You're not that bad after all.
Before leaving, he waves at me one more time. The next time we walk, we'll be back on the way we are. Because at the end of the day, that's how things always have moved between us. What we're familiar with and what we're comfortable with. But for all that, it's always easy to put out my own faith in him. I just hope. just hope I can keep him safe. A light wind blows again, sending dry leaves swirling and distinct smell of earth into the air. For the first time, the sunlight feels less harsh. Maybe a walk is good. I need to stock up my pantry too. To think of it, isn't there an art store that opened recently near the park? The cat's name is Mirabelle, or at least what his collar is saying. It's an odd name to give a cat, in my opinion, but it speaks grace, much like the one that carries her. It shows the way he swish his tail and his eyes follow my hands every moment. I'm not sure what he finds fascinating in me, to be honest. I'm not the very picture of grace when he found me, after all. It was a bad idea carrying 2 heavy bags of newly bought art, material and groceries without help or a sure ride home. In hindsight, perhaps I should have bought these all at the same time. I didn't make it past the park to the nearest bus stop. And now I'm suffering underneath the glowing afternoon sun, hunched up on the park bench at Genshin Square, in the company of a cat curiously watching every movement. I hope it stays where it is. It's just a black cat, but back at home they consider it ill omens.
Don't look at me like that. I can act graceful as well if I want to.
Not that I've ever acted graceful in my life, of course. Growing up with rowdy younger brothers and sisters does that. Or maybe it's the opposite. Mama used to call me a little troublemaker before. Oh well, graceful or not, there's no doubt mopping a short breather and then I'm off home. Besides, it isn't like the company's bad. Even if it's a cat, as long as it doesn't bite, it crosses my path.
Well, where's your owner anyway?
He has one, doesn't he? An owner? That's what a collar is for, isn't it? A bandage is wrapped on one of its paws, though. What will happen to her? Did you run away?
Well, if you don't have one, I won't be able to take you in. My apartment doesn't allow pets. I tried to bring one home before, a cat. Not black, of course. And Rebecca threw a fit before the landlady could.
I take a small packet of sweets from one of my bags lying beside me and pop it open. I'm about to put one into my mouth, he meows. My hand stops.
Do you want one?
He doesn't meow again as I expect him to. Wait, I take his unblinking gaze as a yes. He shifts the piece to my palm and cuts it out to hold it warily. He sniffs at it once, twice before.
Baruthia!
Oh, like a good, properly trained pair, Baruthia responds as he's called. Recognition comes off my head and my head snaps up in the direction of the voice. Miss McCullough's hardly impossible to miss with her height. Was especially in the way she carries herself.
I'm sorry. Did my cat hurt you? Miss Santos, was it? I'm surprised to see you here.
Nice to meet you again, Miss McCullough.
Never mind the pleasantries. Were you harmed in any way? I'm sorry. Baruthiel's not exactly fond of other people. Even ran away from the veterinarian right now.
God damn.
Oh no, he was just sniffing my hand earlier.
My Baruthiel's a she.
She, all this time I thought. The pause in the conversation, as if we can call it one, is comfortable. Or merely two people working at different jobs with the same client. Frankly, meeting like this don't happen a lot. If it does, a simple nodding of heads is enough. Talk about her job.
I'm just curious about your work.
What about it?
There's something godly in her expression that mentioned work, but I should push through my question.
I just want to know how it is to work on a house like the Ermengarde mansion. Is it hard?
I guess she isn't expecting a question like that, but if her eyebrow shots up tells me something.
Because of its age? I wouldn't say it is. It is a challenge, considering the factors me and my team have to sort out. But it's a good project. A breath of fresh air from what I usually work on. And I have a good team. Those original fittings, though. It's what I'm absolutely interested in working on. It might be old, but the architecture is magnificent.
Is she 40 or 50? Gosh, her voice.
I'm sure you've seen the stained glass windows in the foyer. Oh, I can already think of so many things I could do with it.
Or I'm just really racist.
But of course, my team will have to double check for necessary repairs here and there. That's probably for the best. It's easy to break some key elements with a rush restoration job, and who knows what other hidden issues there might be underneath. People can be so careless. I'm sorry, I spoke too much.
No, it's okay. You seem to really love what you're doing.
It's not really like that. I'm just lucky to have found work in an interesting field. Anyway, Bruthiel's due for her visit to the vet. Nice talking to you, Miss Santos. I wish you luck with what you're planning to work on. It seems like a big project, too.
She gestures her head toward the bag on the bench, the one filled with stuff I've recently bought from the art store.
It's a project for a friend, actually.
All the same. Good luck regardless.
I watch as she leaves, though she stops shortly before crossing the threshold, separating the park and the street. She faced me again, looking like something she's going to say.
By the way, about the Ermengarde mansion, with my clients, it's the rights, I mean. I hope you don't mind me asking, but has the deal been finalized?
There's still a few papers they need, but the house is more or less theirs now.
Ah, thank you. That's all I needed to know.
Wait, about the mansion,
The letter, the same one they saw. Whoever she is, she's asking for help. Someone. I want to tell Miss McCullough about the urban legends aren't legends anymore. They're real. She's not gonna believe me.
Don't mind me. I need to go too. Have a good day, Miss McCullough.
I hastened to pick up the bags I left on the bench and ran as fast as my legs can take me. Rude, just running away like that. In that moment, while I'm carrying my hand weighs more, far lighter than the overwhelming guilt trying to consume me. Home. I want to be home. Anywhere I won't be reminded of the house, of her, of my own cowardice. The food tastes less appetizing today. A pity. One that would think someone would mean continuous binge instant noodles will find a cooked meal like this enjoyable. But it isn't. It's still 5 o'clock, huh? Hunger is what nodding at me tonight. Neither at my sore muscles, the TV runs loud in the background, but what it says barely registers in my brain. A time when the things you keep trying to forget keeps returning to the forefront of your mind. It distracts you. It eats you. Devours you. I wish this would stop. I wish I wasn't the one who picked it up. I wish it was somebody else.
In other local news, a woman was found dead in her home yesterday evening. Luxbourne police officials are currently investigating the crime scene, but has classified the case as homicide.
Huh?
The victim, identified as Rose Pamela Cooper, 33 years old, working as a real estate agent.
Wait, no way.
Discovered lying in a pool of blood in her 2-bedroom flat with the words "Help me" repeatedly written on the walls.
What the fuck? Wait, what the fuck? No. This isn't what I want. This isn't supposed to happen. None of this was supposed to happen. No one's supposed to die. There's just stories, right? Legends? This is what everyone kept telling me, so why? And immediately I rushed to my study table, searching my phone. My hands cold from dread, clings tightly as soon as I touches its edge. The piece of folded paper, the letter, lying unseemingly beside us, slipped to the floor when I picked up the device. But I paid to it no mind. There are more important things. Right now. I need to call her. I was with her. Not too long ago and she was okay. No. It isn't Rose, I'm sure of it. I stalked her in. I saw him escape me. Tears begin to blur my vision. one after another, they trickle down, raised by the very same guilt I refuse to admit I've been carrying from the start. The same ones I've been hiding from. The same one that's been putting people I care about in danger. My hands shake as I navigate to Rose's number and contact list. She'll answer, right? That's what she always does. She'll pick up, tell me to turn down the waterworks, and call me wuss afterward.
She'll answer. Please answer, Rose.
Again I dial, whispering, praying, pleading.
Come on, Rose. Don't do this to me. Please pick up. I know you're there, Rose. You're not dead. Please tell me you're not.
This adds to the series of deaths and disappearances that has plagued Luxbourne in the recent years. The authorities are currently looking at a possible link with the notorious Anselm Butcher case.
The TV runs loudly in the background, and deafening static sound from my iPhone speakers. But in my ears I can only hear the screams. Oh please, the whole whispers. Help me. We are not safe. Oh man, that's so fucked up. A buzzing jolt sensation wakes me awake. My body still wants sleep still to forget what I heard, what I saw last night. But there's nudging prodding at me. Slowly, I become aware of how awkward my situation is, and it aches the company, sleeping, curled up in position the night before. If I even stepped at all, the memory is impossible to forget now that Rose's gone. They say it's easier when you say it out loud instead. The words weigh and down heavier each time. She's gone. Gone because of me. Gone because of one letter I was curious to look at. I should have been more careful. I should have just kept my mouth shut. I should have destroyed it before anyone else could have got involved. I should have. The notification light my laptop blinks incessantly, mockingly, when I look at it as if it's calling me back to a sense of normalcy. What the hell is this? Nevertheless, I check it off habit more than anything. Alright, in the live current recent event, there's an all-staff emergency meeting from 1 PM to 2 PM. Attendance is a must. Company changes, new hierarchy and policies will be discussed during the meeting. Everyone is to be expected to bring a copy of the earned guidance log and sales report for the last 6 months to be submitted to their respective managers for review. We're expecting everyone's cooperation. If this were one of those typical days, I'm happy complying, get myself out to our office. Today my limbs feels heavy. On one hand, it's gonna keep me busy, take my mind elsewhere. On the other, the place itself is a stark reminder of what my own fears cost me. I'll just go to work. Just think about something else. This is like one of those things, isn't it? You deal with a smile no matter how things get bad, and hope for the best. Just gotta keep going. Although my body feels like lead, my limbs are sore, I push myself away from the chair and head for a shower. The letter I dropped on the floor last night floated open as I passed by, unfolding for one else to see but me. Every word written glares at me. They sneer, they ridicule, like living fully aware of what they've done. With a huff, I pick it up and shove it in my bag, perhaps more anger and frustration than I'm used to showing. Why don't you just destroy it, mate? This too I'll deal with. Somehow I find a way to make things right. I have to, before it takes more people from me. Even if I must do it on my own. That's why you burn the bitch. Paper rustling, telephones ringing, feet shuffling. Overall, the looks today typical working day at Briar Realty Corporation. Except it isn't. The air is thick with tension, unspoken questions. No doubt everyone's present and has heard about it. If they missed last night's report, they will likely see it in the morning news in the papers, or on various news sites on the internet. Everywhere is a bit of a reminder. In fact, everyone's giving me a white perf, as though the mere mention of Rose will be enough to trigger something in me. It is appreciated, but only serves a bigger hole in the place that Rose has left. After lunch, boss calls for a meeting. I don't have to look up from the way from my work to know what it is about. He's in a strange, pensive mood today, probably out of the respect of a dead colleague. I'll appreciate it more if he just shout at me today. Anything is better.
I'm sure you've all heard of what happened to Miss Cooper. She was a valued member of our team and she will be missed. There's no date for a funeral yet, but those who wish to attend, kindly speak with your respective supervisors. By the way, has anyone heard about our still AWOL staff? None? HR, you know what to do. Santos, a word? In my office?
And then I've been given the entirely Rose workload, including finalizing the rights papers, and been promised an ample compensation for my efforts. I think he's expecting me to be happy about it. Instead, I immerse myself in my work. I have to anyway that I want if I want to forget. Oh shit, whoops. Everyone's already gone. Leaving me in the company of a radio and a member of our general staff. I don't even know his name. Royce likely does. She remembers people easier like that.
The Luxbourne Police Department continues its search for the following reported missing people.
The radio blares one recognizable name after another. Hold on a second. Missing? Aren't they? Still got to check. Frantic, I turn back to my laptop. Without tapping my fingers against the keyboard fills the office for the better part of my shift. I saw through everything. The background of the place and its history from the current owners and a list of employees under the BRC. And I'm right. Of course I am. The BRC might have had a lot of staff. Maybe they had a lot of agents hired under their company, but I'll remember those names anywhere. After all, they're also part of the crew who worked with us preparing the mansion for the open house. And then the letters? No, it can't be. I hope it's not what I'm thinking.
But Rose is...
Something snapped into the place in the fraction of a moment. These people rose the letter.
I need to... No, if it's like this, they still won't believe me. I have to make sure of it first.
Evidence isn't lying. That's what Ash often says, right? If I have proof, then maybe. I don't want to get my hopes up yet. Maybe there's still a way I can save them. The letter, my phone, the papers, anything will be useful. I'll grab more of them and stuff them inside my bag. I can't stay here. There's something I need to do. There's something those people should. The noise cut sharp through the room, stopping my hand shortly cramming the pen into my bag.
Hello? Anyone there?
Someone must have left that printer open again. I was maybe in a hurry, but if I don't turn it off, another person will be certainly gonna have a fit tomorrow. Wasted company resources. Most of the time, it's Rose doesn't nagging, but the click of my pen is a welcome distraction as I search for a set object. Each stride my face text echoes throughout the empty workplace. I lost the sound of the janitor minutes ago, and with me hoping alone, the only one, the tapping of the feet against the wooden floor is something I soon learn to appreciate. It doesn't take me long to find it. By the time I turn it off, 5 copies were already sewn throughout the ground. The paper trace was also left ajar. Sighing, I pick up each and pull it someplace proper. The pages squeeze me next, washes my blood run cold. Not again. Are you fucking... Noise? The chills makes its way up my spine as numbly as the day in the attic. The sheets crinkle under my tense grip. All I can hear is my breathing, its rasp through my gritted teeth. Before I can gather myself, I take the first step out of here. Total darkness suddenly envelops me. Oh, are you serious? As if I'm hearing every hurrying through the front rings on my brain now, something snaps. A soft creak grating through the thin veils of stillness that descend in the room. Every muscle, every bone in my body reaches at the sound. Are you fucking kidding right now? Familiar. So familiar now. Yet my own traitorous curiosity still presses me to take a cheerful look over the cubicle wall. Oh god. It's not use? Come on, don't do this to me. Standing in the only exit of the office, a pale face away from me. She doesn't even need to turn around for me to know it's the same mishappen face, headed person, a cycle game, the same person that added. I take a step back, and the pen I'm holding slips from my hand. What the fuck? A scream almost escaped my mouth and I ducked under the table as quick as I can. My heart is pounding hard against my chest. I can almost hear the bone-chilling sound of a woman, the weird clicking that follows her, and the telltale that squelch of something where as she walks toward me, nearer and nearer. The sound is slowly getting louder, and the only thing keeping me from whimpering or escaping is my hand over covering my mouth. Someone please, save me. Anyone. I close my eyes, muttering a continuous stream of prayers, while attempting to steady my own breath, breathing. Please, please let me hear me. Jeez. Fuck. Oh my god, please. Oh yes. I did it. The second minute stretched out before me agonizingly. Is she gone? Slowly I open my eyes to take a peek. Oh shit. No, please. I don't dare move or make a noise. In the face of such terror, I can only beg to let out my silent pleas to whoever is out there. Please don't let her notice. I want to live. Yo! Oh my god. Yo, I'm gonna end it there. Damn, what the hell? Finally, chapter 2. Alright, thanks for watching everyone. Bye bye.